Hey, Shawna K, and I'm here with my good friend and the Pilates chick, Sylvia Favela.
Yeah.
I practiced it.
Everybody chops it up all the time.
All right, and so Sylvia's going to show us some Pilates moves, so a power Pilates routine here. And so I'm a Pilates virgin.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. All right, so Sylvia, take it away. What are we doing?
Okay, so the first move we're going to do is something just to kind of warm up the back and the abs. You're going to go ahead and lay down on your back.
Okay.
Okay, and what you're going to want to do is you want to make sure your hands stay down on the mat. Your shoulders, you want to think about keeping them down.
Okay.
Normally we tend to roll them up. Your feet about hip width apart, which is normally the width of your fist.
Okay,
Here.
Okay.
So you're going to keep your feet down, and very, very important, you want to try to keep your ribs pulled in. Like you feel how I kind of have the space,
Yeah.
the space here? We want to pull those in, however, we don't want to tuck the pelvis up to do so.
Okay.
So this is the beauty of Pilates.
Okay.
So this is where that whole little kind of like shrinking the waistline in, kind of like that corset feeling. So what you're going to want to do is pull this in. You want to lower, drop your tailbone down to the floor that way. That way.
Okay, got it.
Okay? I know.
See,
So
I am a Pilates virgin. I don't know what I'm doing.
you want to ideally think about like your pubic bone and your tailbone is kind of facing the same direction.
Okay.
You don't want it facing the ceiling, which is
Got
what
it.
you just did.
Right. Okay.
So what you're going to do, you're going to keep your belly pulled in. You're going to pull, you want to think about pulling your pubic bone up now and peeling your back up off of the mat. And then you're going to go ahead and lift your booty up. Okay? You're going to watch that your knees don't open up just how they wanted to right now.
Okay.
So keep going up, keep going up, keep going up. Keep your feet down. Don't let your knees open up.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to hold here. Then you're going to roll down one vertebrae at a time. So you feel my fingers behind you?
Yeah.
So you're going to roll down one vertebrae at a time, but keep your ribs pulled in. Keep them in. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. All the way down. All the way down. Keep going. And then you're going to go ahead and drop your tailbone.
Okay.
So go ahead and pull in and then come back up. So this is going to help loosen up your back. So this is really good to kind of start to do in the beginning before you do any sort of
Okay, so when I'm pulling my ribs in, I just think about tucking that. Like I'm trying to squeeze my ribs together.
You want to think about as if you're lacing them in, because you don't want it to suck in. You want to pull in.
Okay.
So you kind of want to think about if you're trying to pull, like when you're trying to put a dress on, you know, normally sort of like try to bring your ribs in.
Right.
That's the idea.
Okay, but now I know my hips are rolling up, so.
And then you roll up. Okay. So what you also want to start to feel is like this kind of stretch feeling. You want to imagine like as if your knees are kind of facing and reaching out towards the wall. Yeah. So stay there, but if I kind of do this, you feel kind of that little bit of a stretch on the hips and the back. You want to feel that sensation, and then go ahead and roll down. I'm going to get all up in your business.
Okay, okay, totally fine.
So you see how I kind of drop your hip?
Yeah.
We'll keep this pulled in, and then you're going to exhale. And you're familiar with Kegels?
Yes.
Very, very important.
Yeah.
Do a Kegel and roll off your tailbone.
Oh.
Pull up a little tighter. More. I can feel it. There you go. Now keep pulling it in as you come back up. Then you'll feel a bit of a difference.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and then you're going to roll right back down. Now this is kind of a basic move. If you want to make it a little more intense, what you'll do is you'll bring your knees in, bring your feet in, take one foot off. Squeeze your knees together. And you want to make sure that your hips don't go crooked.
Right.
You want to keep them square. Keep pulling, draw the ribs in, keep your shoulders open. Press your hands down so you're working the back of the arms at the same time.
Triceps, yeah.
So you're going to go ahead and roll back up again. And then you're going to exhale, roll all the way down. Don't forget to breathe. And then all the way down. Keep squeezing.
Oh, yeah. So much to think about.
Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze.
Okay.
Squeeze, squeeze.
Yeah.
And then right back up again. Up, 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 up. And you want to imagine you're trying to lengthen that leg out. The thing about Pilates is lengthening the muscle.
Right.
And then exhale right back down again. All the way. Remember, the booty is the last thing that's going to hit the floor. And then down. Ooh, what's going on here? You gotta keep squeezing.
So much to think about. Give me a pull-up to do.
It's working the entire body.
I know.
Go back up again.
Can I do the other side?
You want to do at least 10 on each side.
Oh, how long is this going to take?
Then right back down again. And then right back up again. And up.
Really feel a hamstring.
This is a lot of hamstrings. You keep your belly pulled in. You squeeze tighter and none of this sliding, you get inner thighs.
Oh, yeah.
So squeeze hard. And then if you want to make it even harder, you put a ball between. Or if you don't have a ball, get a towel, roll it up. That's another thing you can do too.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So and then we'll just do some on the other leg so you're not crooked.
I don't want to be walking in circles.
So squeeze tight and then pelvic crawl all the way up just a little bit higher. You want to pull your ribs in. No thrusting. Normally girls were used to like doing this.
Right.
You want to pull in, keep your shoulders back, but you still want to pull your ribs in. And then go right back down. What's going on here? Squeeze. Right back down. All the way. I used to do this all the time with my clients. Do this, like just moving.
Yeah.
Squeeze tighter. Squeeze.
Okay.
And right back up again. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze hard. Inner thighs, inner thighs. And keep pulling up through your pelvic floor and draw this in. And then exhale right back down again. There you go. And the good thing about doing this in the beginning, it makes you aware of your body because everything is working.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, everything's working. I think this hamstring will cramp.
It's okay, I won't tear. I haven't had it happen in years.
Good.
Okay, do one more. You gotta do one more.
Oh, okay.
Squeeze tight. Try not to let me move this leg. Squeeze it tight. Squeeze it tight. Squeeze it tight. And keep this foot down. And
there's a lot to think about.
You're just being aware of what's going on in your body. And then all the way, there you go. All the way down. Very nice, and that's just the first one.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. Like I really feel my abs, I can feel my hamstrings, I can feel my triceps.
You feel your triceps because you're pushing
down. Because I'm trying to keep my shoulders back because otherwise they want to roll up like this.
Exactly, they'll want to roll up, and then what's important too, by keeping this down, it actually helps you pull in here too, because again, that's the number one thing that I see a lot of people doing is they'll flare. Yeah. And we really just want to shrink the waistline.
Right.
You know, how like that hourglass, like you know, type of figure. So the next move that you're gonna do, we'll do a chest lift. Chest lift, not to be confused with a crunch, because you know normally with the crunch, what do we do?
Yeah, flexion.
We're tucking. Yeah, we're tucking it. You want to think about lengthening the spine as you curl up. Okay. So remember, Pilates is more about, you know, you're working the body as a whole, but it's a lengthening, it's not a shortening of the muscle, which we are building the muscle at the same time. So you're going to go ahead and interlace your hands behind your head. Okay. And when you interlace, really interlace. I know a lot of people do this, but
really lace.
Really like interlace. And then what we want to do, what I tell people to do is put your thumbs at the base of your neck. Here, so you can feel it. Oh, okay. It's almost like kind of lifting, and then your hands act as if like it's a basket holding your head. Okay. Same thing. You're going to be aware that your knees don't start opening out. So guess what you got to work here? Inner thighs. Inner thighs have to keep working. Okay. Your tailbone stays down, other way, other way, other way. There you go, like that. Okay. So, keep it down. That's the one thing when I get somebody new with Pilates, this is the number one thing that happens. Okay. We're very used to tucking. Right. We're like, okay, let's get rid of this space. Right. Well, if your abs are not doing it, it's your hips and your pelvis that's doing it. That's what you don't want. You want your abdominals to do that. Working. That's why I'm doing this. Okay. And it helps to stretch that, stretch the hips and stretch your back. So a little space here is okay because that's our natural curve in our spine. You don't want to get rid of a natural curve. No. Okay. What we do want to get rid of is this space back here because that means it's just trying to tighten and getting the corset on. Exactly. How's that? That's actually better. Okay. Now I'm not gonna try to get up too much in your business, but you feel my fingertips underneath your booty. Try to think about dropping your tailbone down towards my hand, like down to the floor this way. Because right now, like your tailbone, like let me give you an example. Tuck your pubic bone up as if it's going to face the ceiling. Okay. Now drop it down the opposite direction. There you go. You want it down. I want it down. Okay, you want it down, but you want my ribs tight. Yes, that's the beauty of Pilates. Where you have to hold this. See, naturally. Now I feel my abs engaged. Yes, and that's the correct way in Pilates to hold because. This is okay. This little space right little here is okay because that's a natural curve. Up here, no, it's a lot better. It's pulled in a lot more since we first started a couple minutes ago. Okay. Yeah, and even just holding this, this fell open. See, they
Yeah.
fell open. If you need to put a ball here, but
to remind you to keep squeezing, because when the
be
ball drops, then you're not.
Right, and be aware, you're going to be working those inner thighs,
Yeah.
and you're going to feel them the next day.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you're going to do is a chest lift. So you're going to go ahead and think about lifting your chest up towards your thighs.
Like this.
There you go. And now let your head drop. So you should
Drop
feel
into my head.
Yes.
Drop into my hands.
Exactly. A little bit higher. And then up a little bit more. There you go. And then right back down again. Okay? What you want to think about doing, you're going to lay your head all the way down. And when you exhale, you want to think about looking between your knees.
Okay, that are opening.
Yes, that are opening, that should
that
not be open.
That aren't opening, I said.
But keep this pulled in because it's just coming out. There you go. And then keep your tailbone pulled down to the floor.
Oh, yeah.
You feel it starting to height.
Yes.
And then you're going to go down. I'm going to come around and kind of give you a little lift. I want you to feel a little something. So when you lift, and then you're going to go back down again, and this is just me spotting you. Feel how I'm kind of lifting you. Oh, it's almost like you're kind of coming up and over.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So you
that's what I'm looking for.
You're kind of,
is that up and over feeling?
Up and over feeling. Mm-hmm. You're just kind of following that natural line of your spine.
Okay.
And then you're going to go right back up again. And exhale. Don't forget to breathe. No tension in the neck.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing is that your arms.
Trying to relax.
How much does the head weigh? How many pounds would you say?
7 pounds?
7 pounds.
Is that it? Is that it?
That's about, depending on how big his mine.
I have a pinhead. Mine's about 3. But it's feeling pretty heavy right now.
So imagine you're holding that. That's a lot of tension in your neck.
Right.
That's why it's interlaced. Your arms should be working.
Yeah,
your
to
biceps
balance.
are working to balance it because there should be no tension in the head, okay, whatsoever. And never tucking the chin in. You're doing it perfectly. A lot of times I see this.
Right, okay.
You never want to do it.
Okay.
If you want to make this a little bit harder,
because I need it harder.
Because you need it harder. So if you just want to make it a little bit harder, bring your legs up to tabletop and squeeze.
Oh, squeeze them together.
Squeeze them together.
Okay.
Now, what I want you to do is, I want you to think about wrapping your hips together and squeeze tight.
So kind of squeezing my buns.
You want to think not just tight, but wrap. Okay, so
I'm trying to squeeze them, but keep the knees together.
Yes, imagine, I'm going to give you this little visual. It always works. I'm sorry, I don't hope your viewers aren't too,
They're fine.
Imagine that you're laying down, okay, and you have a mirror on your ceiling. And you're looking at yourself like, oh, okay, how would you make yourself smaller?
Oh, okay, I'm tucking in.
Yes, you would pull in.
Squeeze my bum to make it smaller.
Exactly.
Okay.
You wrap and you'll start to feel it on the sides.
Is it smaller now?
It is. Not that we want it small, we just want it tight.
Tight, exactly.
So you're going to squeeze and then you're going to do the same thing. And then you're going to exhale, lift up. No tension in the neck. Let your head fall. That's what your biceps are there and your arms are for, to hold the weight of your head. And then exhale right back up again.
Exhale on the way up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so give us, how many reps are we doing of each? I
You
know I'm
can
not
do
coming up
that.
very high. Sorry to interrupt. I'm not coming up very high, but as I get stronger, I'll be able to come up higher, right?
Yes.
Because I'm thinking of so much.
There's a lot, and what you really want to focus on is really that you have you can feel everything in your body at the same time. That's the difference too with Pilates is that you may think you're just working your abdominals, but you're not.
No, I'm feeling my buns, my inner thigh, my arms,
everything.
And sorry, how many reps?
You could do 10 reps. Normally, like if you do 10 good reps, by the time you get to 6, you should be done.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to give you one little tip with this one, and I used to teach this. If you can't seem to get out of your neck, this may look a little silly, but you put this
around your neck.
Yeah, you put this kind of like a basket behind your neck.
Yeah, just to support.
Yeah, so. And then you hold it just kind of by your ears, and you just let your head fall heavy.
Yeah.
And then everything from here. So now that you're not thinking about this, your arms are working. Yeah. And that's normally what how I would kind of teach somebody straight in the beginning. And then it helps you. And another thing that you can do too, just to see if you're going to pull these abs in and you keep them in, you tie that band right here. Right. And then if you expand your ribs, which is normally what you don't want to do, the band will get tighter. Right. When you notice it, it's
feedback right away.
It's feedback right away, and if you pull in, the band gets looser. And you want it looser all the time, so sometimes
it reminds you.
It reminds you. Exactly, it reminds you. So that's another nice one to do. Now, how does that one feel?
I can really feel that. That's great for, you know, I felt it all through my thighs, through my glutes, but it takes a lot of thinking and a good coach.
Yeah, it takes a lot. You know, really what it is that it's awareness too. Because the one thing, you know, when you're doing this, you can't be thinking of other things. You can't be thinking, what am I going to do after I work out?
No, you have to be present.
You have to be present, and this is a good getaway from any, you know, craziness of what happened, you know, for your day. So your next one that you're going to want to do, we're going to go into a rotation of this.
Okay.
So you're going to go ahead and put your hands behind your head. Very similar to what people would refer to like not necessarily like a bicycle. Similar, but we're going to keep your feet down for this one, and then we'll make it harder. Okay. So when you curl up, go ahead and chest up. I want you to go ahead and twist. So you're going to think about twisting towards the opposite.
Do I twist at the shoulder, like so, like that?
You twist at the
right there.
And this is the key that you want to think of. Your chin stays in between your chest.
Okay.
So when you twist,
here and I'm there,
and your eyes are going towards here, and then your chin stays more towards your chest. Okay. When you're gonna stay up the whole time, you're not gonna go.
Oh, I don't go down. Okay. So
you're gonna stay there. And I'm gonna guide you with this one. Just keep your chin in between your chest. You're gonna reach and reach.
Okay.
And reach and reach. So what you're thinking about doing is you're twisting strictly at the obliques, and what you want to think about doing is armpit towards your knee, and you keep your chin in between your chest. If you're here and your chest is here, you're twisting in your neck. You are not twisting your obliques. And stay up and then twist. So you'll exhale, but remember you're twisting here and look where your chin is. This is an automatic guide that will tell you where you're at.
Okay.
So when you stay, how do those feel?
That's hard. It's like, oh, I've done 4. What's the next one? That's a hard one. That's awesome. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, and that's the one of my favorite ones because you get it right in your obliques.
Yeah, totally.
Right in there. Yes. You want to make that one a little harder?
Yes. Oh, for sure.
We'll make this one harder because
it's not
we want to.
Yeah.
90-degree angle with the legs, and the reason why I do this is because when you pull this in, guess what happens?
Yeah. No tension.
Right, and we want to stay here because we constantly want to do what?
Yeah.
Pull the belly in.
Yeah.
Kegels all the time.
Okay.
Very important.
Okay.
We don't want anything, falling out.
Heaven forbid.
Heaven forbid.
What could fall? Okay. All right. Here.
No. They're gonna think I'm crazy. So you're gonna alternate them. So you're gonna tap, and then when you twist, you're gonna switch the legs, and then you're gonna switch the legs.
Okay.
As you twist.
All right. But I know I'm turning at the head too much. But
you want to think here. Think rib to hip. Rib to hip. Think of an X. Think of an X. At the same time, remember how I said to wrap the hips and squeeze the booty? You're going to keep doing that. See how far apart your knees are coming out? Closer. You need to work your inner thighs a little more there.
Yes.
What are you saying that we need to do? Here's one, inner thighs, because you want to imagine that the knees are really, like they're literally sliding right by each other.
Okay.
You don't want them opening out.
Like that.
Yeah, we don't want that. We want them slipping right past each other. There you go. And slip right halfway. There you go. And slip. See how they're too far away from each other.
So almost brushing each other?
Pretty much brushing each other.
Okay.
Squeeze harder towards each other. Squeeze inner thighs harder.
Okay.
Squeeze tighter, tighter. There you go.
Okay,
like that.
Oh my goodness.
Not only are we getting the obliques,
holy
we got
cow.
the booty, inner thighs.
Yeah.
The inner thighs, we don't, that feeling. You put your jeans on, you put your pants on, your inner thighs rub.
Right.
You don't like that feeling. So this, movements like this, even
really
about
strengthen and tone.
It strengthens and tones.
Okay.
Perfect. How are you feeling with those?
Yeah, that's really tough. That's a really good one.
Okay, so the next one we're gonna do, it's called a double leg stretch. Okay, it's a pretty common move. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and go into a tabletop position, so legs will come up and squeeze. You're gonna go ahead and curl up. So I'll kind of do this. I'm gonna do this on this side of you.
Okay, just a second.
with your hands.
Here?
Okay. And I'm gonna lower your weight because you're gonna be squeezing, you're gonna be moving your arms around.
Okay.
You're gonna inhale, you're gonna extend your arms out without dropping your body. You're gonna circle your arms around and pull the knees in. There you go. So you're gonna inhale, arms and the legs go out. Then you're gonna exhale, sweep the arms around, pull the knees in and put your hands on top of your knees. But staying curled up the whole time. Do it
so
again.
I try not to
You never
drop. Okay,
you
so
stay up. When you extend your arms, you don't want to let them out. Straight, as if you're kind of reaching out, so you're working the entire arm, and then you exhale. When you circle, imagine that you're kind of moving your arms through like thick mud, like you're really working pushing through.
Okay.
So inhale out, exhale, circle around the arms. There you go, and stay curled up. That what the tendency is to drop when the body goes down.
Yeah.
Same thing, inner thighs are still working. Your toes okay. Go back out, inhale. Squeeze your legs tight. I shouldn't be able to move you. Squeeze tighter on your legs. There you go, and then circle all the way around. Squeeze hard. There you go. Inhale out again. Squeeze hard, squeeze hard, squeeze hard, and then all the way around, and then exhale. And stay curled up.
Yeah, I know I'm dropping a bit. Yeah.
And then go ahead and do one more.
Inhale.
Inhale, and then exhale.
What's the speed on this? Like on the circling?
Not too fast, because you really want to, when you circle, when you exhale, what you're doing is you're exhaling, letting everything, all the air out,
right,
pulling everything in.
Yeah.
So if you want to like slow it down and really contract, pull it in, you can do it. You could do this at your own pace. Just don't do it fast.
Yeah, you don't want to do it fast because then you have less time under tension.
You have less time. And if you want to make this one harder,
because I need it harder.
If you want to make this one harder, when you extend out, you lower your body.
Oh, okay.
When you extend out, so go ahead and bring your arms over your head, lower your body at the same time, and your head goes down. But there's no arching of this back. And then you exhale, circle around and pull the knees back in.
Okay, so do I come up?
Then you come right back up.
Okay, like so?
Like so.
Okay.
And the thing with that one is that a lot of people say, oh, I could do that. Two things you have to remember. Don't let this arch and keep your tailbone down.
Right, okay.
Because what will happen is this will tuck and this will flare. So
right.
Oh yeah, I can do it.
Yeah, but
not
exactly.
It's like, poof, poof. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
cool.
Okay, cool. How you feeling?
My abs are, I mean, I've only done a few reps of everything, but I really feel my abs. And I'm actually a pretty strong person, right?
I've worked with you before.
She's actually crippled right now. Yeah, that's why she's making, this is payback.
Yeah, this is why I'm sitting here teaching you.
Because her upper body's sore, but my abs are sore. Okay, now
so your next one is you're going to do is a hamstring pull one.
Okay.
There's 3 versions of this and many, many more. But your hamstring pull one, what you're going to do is go ahead and pull your knees up to tabletop.
Okay.
Okay. You're going to curl up into it. So you're going to curl up and pull your hands behind your knees. Okay. And sometimes if you need a rest with any movements, this is a perfect spot where you put your hands. You just kind of pull up. What you're going to do is you're going to drop your right leg to the floor and put both hands behind one leg. And this leg goes straight.
Okay. Toes pointed?
Toes pointed, but make sure you don't
let it roll out.
Don't roll your hip out.
Okay.
So this leg, you want to point it, you want to drive your heel down to the floor, you're going to squeeze your glutes at the same time and lengthen the thigh at the same time.
Yeah, so I'm feeling a hip flexor stretch.
Hip flexor stretch, intense. You're going to feel hip flexor stretch, hamstring stretch, and a lot of abs. This one's going to have a lot. You're going to straighten this leg up to the sky, your hand is going to go up high. 2 places you can place your hand, here or here, never pull behind your knee because you'll hurt your knee. Hip stay square again, okay? So you're going to pulse 2 times, so it's a 2-count breath. So it's exhale, exhale, and then you're going to switch the legs, keep them straight. And then exhale, exhale. Did you feel your body twist?
Yeah.
You don't want it to
I'm trying to tuck that bum in, like the mirror's up there and my bum's out here.
You can do it, but don't do it by hiking your hip up.
Okay.
You want to keep it down. And then exhale, exhale, and then you're going to switch. Now, nice strong leg. Now squeeze right above your kneecap. As tight as you can, reach your toe to the sky. Okay. You'll start to feel that hamstring.
Yeah.
And then switch. And then you'll exhale. So it's an exhale, exhale, and switch. and you're gonna lengthen this leg down and this leg up.
Right.
And then switch. And then switch. Now what I want you to do is, you're gonna keep moving as I explain this next one to you. Keep your tailbone down. Drop your tailbone down. You're gonna feel even more of a stretch in your hamstrings and a lot more hip work. Exhale, exhale. So you breathe into it. Don't be afraid to breathe. So exhale, exhale. There you go. Get deeper. Exhale, exhale, and keep your belly pulled in, and then keep going. And if you can't keep your legs straight, slight bend, hand behind the thigh. Don't pull behind your knee.
Right.
And if
my neck's getting a bit sore.
If your neck gets sore, lower your head.
Okay.
And put your hand behind.
Okay.
And then pull it. Keep this leg working though.
Okay.
And then switch it. But when you switch, keep the leg straight when you switch, and then this one can bend.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So you could pull, and then stretch, and then
switch.
Exactly, and then you can bend.
Here.
Yeah.
Pull.
And then switch. And then straight, and then switch, and then pulse. And if you need to, sometimes I found, go ahead and lower your leg. If it's too much of a strain, if you feel like, oh gosh, I can't do this, and you need a little bit of a lift, you can roll this just a bit.
Yeah, just to support.
To give you a little bit of support, because you've got a lot going.
Yeah.
And this neck, number one thing that's gonna like kick in.
Tighten up.
It's gonna tighten up. The minute you let your abs go, your neck will start to hurt.
Right. Yeah.
So, it's a great workout for, it's basically a whole body workout. Great for your hamstrings, great for your hips, great for your back. But sometimes if you're not aware, it'll start going into your neck.
Right.
Okay. So that's your hamstring. That's number one. The next one that we'll do. The hardest one is keeping your legs straight and switching them.
Yes.
Your easier one is when it's bent.
Yeah.
Our next one is if you put your hands behind your head.
Okay.
Okay. And then we'll take your legs back up to tabletop. You go ahead and straighten out your left leg to the sky. And there's one very important thing when you're doing Pilates and you're doing these moves, is that the legs are never just hanging in the air. They're constantly working. Even though they're like this, now you have your thighs is engaged. Glutes are nice and tight. So this leg will come down. Go ahead and chest lift up for me. So you're gonna lift your chest up. There you go. You're gonna twist towards this leg.
Like so.
And then pulse it 2 times. And then you're gonna switch the leg. And you're gonna twist towards this leg. And it's exhale, exhale. The only thing moving is the leg, so your upper body doesn't bounce.
Okay.
And then you switch. Don't forget to breathe.
Oh yeah.
Exhale, so breathe into it. Exhale, exhale. There you go, and then you switch. And then you twist to this leg. Exhale, exhale, and then you switch. And then exhale, exhale.
I can see how this would take like a lot of practice, and how it builds kinesthetic awareness. Like just
it does.
What's your body doing in space? Because like right now to me there's so much going on. Like okay, don't let the knees roll out. Don't let the ankles roll out. Tuck through the glutes. Keep the tailbone down. Lace the corset. Relax the head. It's a lot going on at once, but it's the kind of thing that just through practice is going to get easy. Like not easier, like the
more aware.
Yeah,
it's
more
really,
aware.
really what it is that I know sometimes it can become overwhelming. Like, Sylvia, how am I supposed to pay attention to 10 different things happening in your body?
Right.
It's like, what? Be aware of the movement and the feeling of your body.
Yeah, you really have to be fully present.
You have to be present. That's why, with Pilates, a lot of people feel it's it's just a release of tension and stress, because
you let the mind go on everything else.
You have to let your mind go, and as you're doing the movement, you're aware, and you're not really tensing anything up. It's like you're letting that oxygen flow through that muscle, and more blood flow is happening, so it's letting you, be more relaxed, but working really hard.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome.
How are you feeling with those?
Yeah, that's a hard one. Like that, I really would like you to be guiding me through this, and I know that that's something that you're working on for us, so that you'll be able to do that for us.
Yeah, and it's true, because there's a lot of
just the cueing.
The cueing is important.
Yeah.
Cueing is important, and it's very simple things. Like I said, mirror on the ceiling. You think, pull everything in. It's not just suck it in.
Yeah.
Wrap. We can make our hips smaller just by pulling in a certain way.
Right.
When you extend your legs out and you're working your legs, you're thinking lengthen, not just, oh yeah, my leg is out. Well, it's just hanging in space.
Right.
Work that leg.
Yeah.
You know, because it's going to work the full length of the leg. Now, I'm going to give you one little extra little thing with the band.
Okay, because I need something extra. Okay. What are we doing?
So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and tie them right above the knee.
Okay.
And I have a lot of cool little booty works, but
Okay.
you're going to go ahead and lay down on your back.
Okay.
Cool. Now, we're going to go ahead and your legs are going to come up to tabletop. So we're going to be doing some more abdominals, but we're going to be working the inner thighs and the outer thighs.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to be working right on the same. Now,
I've wrapped my glutes.
you wrapped your glutes. Now what I want you to do is externally rotate at the hip.
Right.
It's very easy to twist the
the
feet,
toes,
and say, okay, this is great. You're wrapping at the hip. So even if you have to put your hand, like, don't be afraid to, like.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you're gonna feel it right underneath your fingertips here that it's contracted.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the first thing that we're gonna do is gonna be here. You're gonna extend your legs out. You're gonna keep your head down.
Okay.
You're gonna pull your heels together tight for me first. Pull your knees in. Now stay there just for a second for me.
Okay.
Lower your legs down a little bit. Pull your knees in a little bit more. Squeeze your heels tight. So I shouldn't be able to do this.
Okay.
I used to put a card right here and not let people, like,
Oh,
a little
okay.
piece of paper.
Right.
Okay.
They can't drop it.
Yeah, if you can't drop it, there's no weight to it.
Okay.
Keep your heels together
Okay.
as you straighten your legs out and bring your legs together.
Okay.
And then pull it in. At the same time, you see how this got loose?
Oh yeah.
You should not be getting this
Okay.
at any time. And then exhale out, and then inhale in. And guess what still has to work?
Oh yeah.
Belly, kegel.
Tailbone.
Yep.
Kegel.
Pull up the
Relax
pelvic
the head.
floor. Yes. Pull up the pelvic floor on every exhale. Okay? That's the best way to remember. Exhale, pull up to the pelvic floor.
All right. So typically I exhale on exertion, but this is all hard.
You can change it.
Okay. Just make sure that you're breathing and what you're focusing
what
on.
you're focusing on.
Okay.
So you can inhale out and exhale, really take your time
Yes.
going in, or you
Or
can
opposite.
Just
Okay.
depends on, like, what you really want to focus
Okay.
on. If you are exhaling, pulling in, take your time.
Okay.
You want to take your time because you don't want it to be where you're just pulling it
Right.
in. Imagine you're and again, this is another visual. Imagine that your toes are kind of stuck to the wall and you're trying to peel them away from the wall.
Okay.
Like you're fighting against
Got it.
that resistance pulling back. You
Yeah.
don't want to just kind of let them hang out in the air again.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I think the big thing is that I mean, this is something really new for me,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, we didn't do many reps, and like you said, 10 reps is probably all that you need. So I can really see how that would really focus through the core and everything else. And
Yeah.
so yeah, you're going to be seeing lots more of Sylvia.
Great,
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks
Thank
for.
you so much. I hope you